Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Mary Francis, and I am one of Henry Junwali's students, and we are here for Medical Qigong, our practice of the Golden Eight. Let's go ahead and start with our warm-ups. Opening up to your left, I'm going to try to mirror you. We're settling into this space, settling into this moment. The tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth, allowing us to connect the front of the body with the back of the body, connecting with the bottoms of the feet, softening the knees, relaxing the low back, allowing the tailbone to drop just a little bit. Relaxing the shoulders, softening the jaw, and allowing the very top of the head to reach just a bit up into the sky. Taking the hands into loose fists, we're starting to sway from side to side. Taking nice deep breaths. Filling up the body with qi. And then as you relax more and more, maybe placing a little bit more momentum in the twist, allowing the lead arm to travel up the torso towards the opposing shoulder. Allowing this tapping motion to create vibrations, further opening up the channels, instigating blood and qi flow. And then allowing that lead arm to come back down the body. Taking away some of that momentum, releasing the hands. And gradually coming back to stillness. From here, you're widening the stance, stepping out further to the left. I'm going to reposition myself, and we're going to tap the inner thigh and then up at the hip, allowing the shoulders to relax, the elbows to relax, the wrists. Waking up the body. Waking up the channels in the lower half, before then transitioning, coming down the inner aspect of the legs, towards just above the ankle, and then transitioning to the lateral aspect of the legs, coming back on up, towards the hips and the glutes, sliding that left foot closer to the right, still maintaining hip width shoulder width distance. Continuing to the low back, just underneath the rib cage, the kidney area. Gently waking up those kidneys. Waking up the tissues and the sinews of the low back. Before then placing the palms of the low back, circling down the side and up the spine. And then resting the palms of the low back. Closing the eyes. Inhale, guiding the breath and the chi through the nose, down to the low back, meeting with the palms. Exhaling, allowing that energy to flow to wherever it's needed within the body. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the low back, allowing it to fill up with energy. And exhaling, allowing that energy to flow freely to wherever it's needed within the body. Taking a few more moments at your own pace. Allowing the mind to follow the breath. Allowing the body to relax. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes, letting the arms come back down to the sides, and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, for our series, the Golden 8, we're starting out with the lung and large intestine exercise. Reach for happiness. Opening up. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Now going at your own pace, using your breath as a guide to how fast or slow you're moving through the exercise. Allowing each movement to flow to the next. And getting ready to close. Closing. Opening for our second exercise, the Archer exercise for the heart and small intestine. Opening. Inhaling. And exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling, continuing on at your own pace. Allowing the mind to sink into the exercise, to relax into the exercise. Allowing the breath and the movement to come together and harmonize. And getting ready to close. Closing. Opening for a third exercise between heaven and earth, the spleen and stomach exercise. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Enjoying each moment of the exercise. Getting ready to close. Closing. Our fourth exercise, the Sanjiao exercise. Turn and look back. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Allowing the breath to move the body. And getting ready to close. Closing. Opening for our fifth exercise, the liver gallbladder exercise, twist and release. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. And getting ready to close. Closing. Opening for Bend for Health, our kidney and urinary bladder exercise. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling back to standing. Getting ready to close. Closing. Opening for our 7th exercise for the Ren channel, the conception vessel, energy punch. Inhaling, exhaling, in and out, in and out. Getting ready to close. Closing. And then for our 8th exercise, the energy jump for the do channel, the governing channel, the do channel, the governing vessel. Opening up, it's in 2 parts. The first part we're going to do about 5 times. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Working with your own breath now. And getting ready for part 2. And letting yourself gradually ease off the momentum. And closing. Keeping the feet together, bringing the palms together. Transferring some of that chi that we've been cultivating over the past half hour to the palms. And then placing the palms at the lower dantian. Traditionally, men place their left hand first, right hand on top, women right and then left. I'm not going to mirror you here. We're all going to be traveling in the same direction, drawing circles up the right and down the left. 9 times. We're starting to guide the chi to the lower dantian. And once you've completed your 9 circles, traveling in the other direction, up the left and down the right, concentrating the energy. Resting the palms at the lower dantian, closing the eyes, inhaling through the nose, guiding the breath and the chi to that lower energy center, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind's eye to guide that breath and chi to the lower dantian. Allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may utilize it throughout your day. Thank you all very, very much. Happy Monday. I know today and this week is not going to be quite as hot as it was last week, but please hydrate, keep drinking water. Thank you all so very, very, very much for practicing with us this morning. And Henry, please take over.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Hang on one second here. All right. So good morning. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Mary Frances, for the wonderful practice. Now that we've gone through all 8 exercises in the set, so we're complete in terms of the Golden 8. I do want to talk a little bit today about balance, okay? Not just physical balance, but balance of energy. So all of Qigong is an energy practice. Energy is everything in our lives. So like sound of my voice, personality, movements, thoughts. So all of that is energy, and that's why through Qigong we can access all these different aspects of our lives. So in terms of balance, you know, it's not about 50-50 everything. That's not balance. So you really have to know, based on your needs and could be seasons, could be time of day, what we need is different depending on that. Our years in our lives, so when we're younger versus when we're now. And so one of the things that we look at when we look at balance is, I'm sure most of you are familiar with that Yin and Yang symbol, the Tai Chi symbol we call it. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up on the screen real quick, just so everyone's on the same page. Okay, so that's the Tai Chi symbol. Oh, it's on a black background. So it makes it a little bit, looks like it's a lot of black, a lot of yin energy. Okay, but if you can imagine, there's actually a circle in the middle here. Well, let me see if I can change that. Let's see. Oh, no, whiteboard. Oh, I'm still trying to figure out the Zoom thing here. Okay, so anyway, this is really cool. Look, okay, so this is Yang, the white part, okay, and this is Yin, okay, the black part. And we can look at a lot of things in life through kind of this lens of Yin and Yang. For example, we look at opposites, like the sun is very Yang, okay, versus the moon is Yin, okay. Something that's hard, it tends to be Yang. Something that's softer tends to be Yin. So we look at these things in relatives. So these are all not absolute terms, because there's always something brighter or something darker, something harder or something softer, okay? Something more active, something less active. But when we look at this symbol here that I'm showing you, you see this curved line in the middle. okay? That represents balance. And you can see the balance is not always 50-50. For example, here at the top, this is really cool, by the way. I'm really getting a thrill out of this silly whiteboard. This technology is really cool. Okay, so anyway, at the very top, you can see there's a lot of white and very little black, right? Versus at the very bottom, okay, you can see there's a lot of black and very little white. So that represents, this is all balanced, by the way. Okay, so it really depends on where you are. So sometimes the balance could be a lot of yang and very little yin. Sometimes the balance could be a lot of yin and very little yang. And sometimes you're dead in the middle where it's 50-50. Okay, but oftentimes in our lives, we're trying to navigate our balance amidst a lot of chaos in our lives, a lot of other things. So it's like trying to walk a tightrope or actually balancing on a boat, right? The boat's constantly moving and you're trying to constantly adjust. And for me, that's kind of a good way to represent kind of the balance that we're always trying to find in our lives. It's not always the same. And that is one constant that we look at in life, is that from Chinese medicine's perspective, we want everything to constantly flow. And when things constantly flow, that means things are constantly changing. Things are not stagnant, things are not still. So that's a good thing. But the challenge of life is to find that balance. Okay, whether you're at the extreme yang side, somewhere in the middle, or somewhere on the yin side, so part of how you know that balance is you gotta know yourself, right? Because no one's gonna be able to tell you, well, you're right now at 50-50 or 60-40. Oh, and you're at 90-10. You better do more yang practice because you have too much yin. Well, part of that is you have to know yourself, know what's right for you at a particular time. And not trying to promote too much Qigong, but Qigong is a great way because it's a tool, right? It's a tool for you to quiet the mind, help you connect with yourself. So you know yourself better, and then you know what exactly you need to do at the moment. Okay, so at this moment, you may be 50-50, but maybe today at 2 p.m., you may be at 60-40. Okay, so try to constantly find that balance is challenging, but it's also kind of fun because the more that you're present to your reality right now, the better you are able to find that balance within you at every moment. So that's the talk for today. I think Alejandro asked what software this is. This is actually built into Zoom, so this is a really cool thing. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. But thank you for joining us today.
I have a question really quickly.
Hi, Corey.
Hello. Which of the Golden 8 exercises are yang exercises and which ones are yin? Because I'm a person that definitely oscillates on the balance and I don't know necessarily which ones to do. I mean, I know if I feel a lot of anger, I should do the liver one. I know the emotions, but is there a way of knowing which of those exercises are yang and which ones are yin?
Okay. Actually, they can be for both. And part of it is how you do them. Okay. Oh. So, for example, if you tend to go slower, it tends to be more of a yin practice. And if you go faster or harder, that tends to be more of a yang practice. Also, time of day that you do it. Okay, we typically do recommend doing it at a very balanced time, which is sunrise and sunset. That's when yin and yang are most balanced. So today that would be like around 6 a.m. is sunrise, and then close to 8 p.m. over here, at least in Los Angeles, that's around sunset time. So how you do it? So all these exercises in Golden 8 can address whether you want to do it for more of a yang reason or more of a yin reason, because we address both organs. For example, because I know not everyone's on the same page in terms of knowledge of organs and stuff. Let's take the first exercise, for example. That's the Reach for Happiness exercise. And this exercise we do for the lung and large intestine. Okay. When we say lung and large intestine, the lung organ is the yin organ, and the large intestine organ is the yang organ. Okay, so it benefits both. So it does feed into both. How you do the exercise, I would go slower, more meditative, for more that emphasis on the yin side. And a little bit faster, a little bit more hard with your movements, and that would be more of a yang practice.